Welcome to this demonstration of the powerful new task management functionality in NexPrise version 5.4. Beyond simple file sharing, NexPrise now offers the ability to create and manage tasks and their associated deliverables across a distributed project team. And I'm going to go ahead and log into this particular demo server just to show you just how we create task lists and assign tasks within those lists to various team members. So in this segment, we're going to create a new task list, add a task to the list, attach some reference documents to that task, and then assign that task to a project member and monitor it to completion. Creating a task list is quite easy. You simply click on a project area, enter the project area, and click the New button, and select Task List. One is to create an empty task list. The second is to import a task list from an existing Microsoft Excel spreadsheet or a Microsoft project file. Or the third option is to create one from a saved template on the NexPrise server that contains a bunch of repetitive tasks that you may perform over and over for a particular process. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and create an empty task list and hit the Next button and give my task list a name. Let's call it New Product Launch Tasks and hit Add. Once your list has been created, it'll appear in your Project Explorer tree just like a folder. Select the newly created list and the main viewing window refreshes, showing that you have a task list called New Product Launch Tasks, and it is currently empty. Now we can go ahead and, before we add our first task to this list, let's go ahead and collapse the folder structure so that we have the full width of our screen to work with. And this is something you may want to do if you have a smaller monitor. Once you're ready to create your first task, just click the New Task button, and it will insert a row into your task list. I can click it again and it'll insert another row, and so on. So you can insert several blank tasks and then populate those tasks quickly as you need to. As the creator of the task, I am listed as the owner of each of these. This means that I can click on any cell within the task I've created to edit it. Later, if I want to transfer ownership of any of these tasks to someone else, I can do so by clicking on the owner cell. Let's first click on the task title cell and give each task a short name. This one will be Update Corporate Website with New Product Info. And in addition to giving it a short task title, you can give a more lengthy description with instructions. For example, please refer to attached style guide. And you click the green check mark to close the dialog. And you'll notice that this task is in blue right now, and that means that you've made some changes to the cell, but you haven't committed them yet to the database. There's an undo and a redo button right here on the beginning of the row that will let you back out of anything you've entered before saving it. Moving to the right on this first task, I can now attach any documents that I'd like to have the assignee refer to, and I'll go ahead and upload one right now. Let's just grab a Word document off my desktop. You can attach any file of any size to the task, and as a matter of fact, you can attach as many files as you want. In this case, I'm just going to attach this one Word document. Clicking away from the file list dialog will make it go away, and you'll notice that the paperclip now has a count of 1, showing that there's one file attached to this task. Moving further on to the right, I'll go to the assignee cell, and we'll assign the task to a particular team member by clicking the Edit Assignee button and beginning to type a name of a task member. As you type, as I'm doing here, the word Mary, it finds all the matches on the project team of anyone named Mary, and I'll go ahead and pick this Mary user and hit Select. And now Mary is going to be the assignee for this particular task. The start date is usually defaulted to the current day, which means it's going to start immediately. As soon as I save this, Mary will get an email assigning her the task. I could put the start date into the future if I wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. I will adjust the due date, however, by clicking on the due date cell, and I'll select July 24th for the due date. The estimated/actual completion date field I'll leave alone. That's typically associated or a field that the assignee updates. They'll let you know how they're doing and when they expect to be finished. When they do complete the task, this date displays the actual completion date. And then the progress bar and the other fields we'll cover later. Once I've made all my changes to the task, I will hit save. As soon as I commit those changes to the database, the assignee is notified via email of their new assignment, and that assignment also appears on their home page under their assignments area. Before we leave, I'll just go ahead and add one more task. Please submit final functional specification. And if I don't put a description in on this task, I can just use my enter key and that'll go ahead and commit it to the cell. I'll go ahead and leave this one unassigned for now, and I'll put a due date out to the 16th of July and come back to this one later. Now I can, in addition to hitting the save button up top where I can save multiple rows at the same time, I could use the menu button associated with any row and hit the save button here, and that will just save that one row. And then I'll go back to my home page and ask you to join us in the next video segment, which is going to cover completion of an assigned task. So we'll come back in as an assignee to receive an assignment and complete it. But that concludes our task creation portion of the demonstration.